Shares have been suspended after plummeting by just over 9%. The sharp fall came after the accidental early release of the internet giant's third quarter results, stunning Wall Street. The figures revealed a 20% dive in profits as the company struggles to turn around the loss-making phone maker Motorola Mobility. Google had been expected to release the results after the close of the US markets at around 9 o'clock this evening. I'm joined here in the Gherkin by James Titcombe, who's a technology reporter from City AM, the newspaper. James, help make sense of this for us, because yes, it's a sharp drop in profits, but Google is still making a quite breathtaking amount of money. Is this an overreaction?
I would say it is slightly overreaction. There was the release came out early by mistake, which Google have blamed on their printers, R.R. Donnelley, and what happened, I think, is the results were poor. They were a surprise drop. They missed Wall Street expectations by about $500 million.
Explain in what way they were poor, because I mean, it made $2.1 billion in 3 months. That's poor by Google standard, but you drill into it for us.
Well, yeah, it's very impressive. And Google has always continued to do very well, and it's never really disappointed shareholders like this. This is the problem, is that people were expecting a lot better, and they missed expectations by $500 million, which is a huge amount, and the profits were down as well, which is a big surprise. How
is it the results were released by accident and early? These things are stage managed, are choreographed to the minutest detail. What went wrong?
Yeah, so Google were due to send the results out about 8:30 this evening after the Wall Street market closed, and what happened is, by mistake, the firm that publishes Google's results accidentally sent them out earlier on in the day. So they ended up on the American Securities and Exchange Commission website about 6 o'clock our time, in the middle of trading.
Is that part of the problem? Did the results come out, they're disappointing, and they come out at a surprising time, perhaps causing alarm that actually otherwise wouldn't have been created?
Yes, the market's been spooked, I'd say. The results were poor, but I think the sort of fanfare around the shock of the announcement being early did have a big impact on the share price.
Just explain to people watching who maybe aren't clued up as to why these things happen. Why was trading of the shares suspended? Was that at Google's request, or is that an automatic thing?
Well, what Google have told me is that it was at Google's request. What happened was the report that was sent out early was incomplete. It featured a line in it at the top line saying, "Quote from Larry pending," from Larry Page. So, the whole thing wasn't ready to be released. So what Google are saying now is that they're suspending trading on the shares until all the information is out there. Yeah,
well, we can look and see here how Google was doing during the day, hovering, as you can say, close to $760 a share. Goodness, I mean, changing hands for quite breathtaking amounts of money. See if you can guess the point in the afternoon when the results were released by accident. I can't imagine the printers are that popular with Google. They have wiped billions of pounds off the face value of this company. As you can see there, the share price flatlining once shares were suspended. Talk us through the part of the operation, the Motorola business that Google has bought. Why is it having problems there?
Well, the smartphone market at the moment is really, there are only two successful companies, and that is Samsung and Apple. And Motorola used to be a very successful company, and it just hasn't really adapted to the smartphone climate. And Google spent an awful lot of money on Motorola, and it's...
How much did it spend, James?
$12.5 billion.
$12.5 billion.
Which is an incredibly large amount for what people thought the company was worth.
Yeah.
One of the reasons they did buy the company is because of the value of the patents that Motorola has. This is a huge issue in the US, is a lot of these technology companies suing each other. And Google really wants to protect its own Android operating software against Apple and its threat of litigation. So Motorola had a large number of patents which which was a big reason why Google bought it.
Yeah, we can see